Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for keeping up with these videos, guys. I really appreciate it. If you like them and you want to see more of them coming, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel so that you'll be the first notified when I put a new video up each week. So today I'm going to do something simple, but I still get asked quite a few questions about, so that's why I'm going to show you how I do it here step by step. A keto breakfast omelet, which sounds kind of silly because, I mean, everybody eats omelets, but I like to add little things here and there to make sure that they don't get boring. When I first started my keto journey, I ate a cheese omelet every single day for about 4 or 5 months, and I never got sick of it because I kept adding little things to it. Like, instead of doing a side of bacon, I'd put the bacon into my omelet. Instead of putting avocado on the side, I'd put it in my omelet. Switching out cheeses, switching out meats and vegetables. And it just keeps it different every single time, and it keeps you wanting it more and not getting tired of it. So today, I'm kind of doing it a little simple. I'm going to do a 3-egg omelet cooked in butter with some red bell pepper, white onion, and some American cheese. So let's get started. First, I'm going to get my butter in here, and I'm just using 2 tablespoons. I typically don't use more than that with the omelets. And while that's starting to cook down, I'm going to chop up my pepper. And after this happens, I usually just take my hand and pull out the middle part and throw it out. And there's really not much of a middle part to this pepper, which is kind of rare. So I just do that. I'll take this one too. I'm only gonna use about 1/3 of this one. There we go, take that out. I like to cut the peppers into strips before I chop them up because it's just a lot easier to handle that way. And I just do relatively tiny pieces because then they cook down better and they are not as crunchy, and they, you know, they get soft and the flavor stays good. So just my preference. Everybody, you know, does their own thing differently, which is totally okay. So that might even be a little bit too much pepper, but we'll see when I start assembling my omelet how much I need. And then I'm gonna do just a little bit of white onion here. Let's switch this around. All right. Again, I slice into strips this way. I'm gonna flip it here, score it once down the middle. So now I already have my tiny pieces. And then I'm just gonna do the same thing. Nice and tiny. My butter's starting to melt down pretty well, which is what we were hoping for. This is perfect. Just like that. Take this. I like to just move my butter around because it tends to melt in one spot and then, you know, not spread around after that, but there you go. Okay. Put that back here. Now I'm going to crack my eggs. I used to be able to crack eggs with one hand, and now I'm not so good at it anymore. Don't know why. Let's try it and see what happens. See? Got it. Oh, okay. Got 3 shells. So now I gotta fish for those. When this happens, I'm kind of glad this happened. So whenever this happens, it's so much easier to scoop out the shell pieces with the big shell because they're like attracted to one another. So it's like a natural magnet. Oh, and another piece. Oh my goodness. Okay. So there we go. Comes off with my towel. Okay, now I'm just going to whisk these together. I like to break the yolk before I start whisking because then it just mixes so much nicer. And also, by cooking the omelet in butter, it definitely helps keep the eggs super fluffy, and I love fluffy eggs. So that is a plus. And I like to just whisk different ways. Everybody, you know, they do everything differently, so totally up to you guys. This is also a very good breakfast for dinner meal. I'm definitely one who loves to eat breakfast any time of the day. I got my little mini rubber spatula. I love these. I got a 3-pack at TJ Maxx or Marshall's, or I really think they sell them at any type of convenience store, but these are my favorite. They're super durable, super easy to clean, and they're just awesome. I love them. So now that my butter's melted down and it's not burning, that's a key. You don't want to wait so long that your butter burns. We're going to pour the eggs in. This is where I use my handy dandy spatula. There we go. I'm actually going to keep it so that I have something to put my spatula in for now. I'm going to move this here. And now I'm going to take my spatula again and then try as evenly as possible to pour the onions and the peppers into the eggs. And we just let it all cook up together. See, so far so good. Perfect. And so while that starts to cook down, I just like to put some pepper and salt. Sometimes I'll put some garlic powder in here too, but I'm just not in the mood for garlic right now, so I'm just gonna do salt. I made some bulletproof coffee this morning, and this was first part of my breakfast. I did 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, 1 tablespoon of MCT oil, and then 1 tablespoon of butter. And the butter kind of sits on top, but honestly, I have always been somebody who always drank coffee with cream and sugar. Finally, I cut back on the sugar. This was before keto, so I cut back on the sugar, and then I was just doing cream for a very long time, and I did not think for a second that I would enjoy this black coffee with those 3 things that I told you about just now. But honestly, it is so good. And if you like, I don't know, I like hazelnut flavored coffee, or you know, like they'll have, in Michigan at least, Mackinac Island fudge flavored coffee and things like that. So if you're into the flavored coffees, this just kind of tastes like black coffee with a hint of coconut, and it's delicious. So in case you want to try that, this is part of the Keto Elite Zero Carb Challenge that I told you guys about last week or the week before, I can't really remember. But it's so good that I've continued to incorporate it in my meals for breakfast here and there, and I had really great success with that meal plan. So if something that you're interested in is kind of like a structured meal plan with a coach, he is definitely one to go to because I had great success, and I'm really looking forward to the next time he does something like this. So hopefully that I can participate in it again. But yes, such good coffee. I love it. So now I'm just gonna loosen up the edges, see what's going on. It's not cooking super fast, so I'm just gonna turn the heat up a little bit. Yeah, you can definitely see, and I don't know if you can see it in the video here, but as I pull away from the edges here, like the part of the egg that is cooked on the outside, when it comes in, it's super thick and super fluffy. And like I said, I love, love, love that. Before I started keto and I would make omelets and make eggs and things like that, I would always add milk to my eggs to make them fluffy, and that's something I thought I was going to miss because obviously on keto we cannot have milk. And so when I started cooking my eggs in butter and I realized that they turn out super fluffy, it was one of the best days of my keto life. Alright, so we're just gonna let this cook down. And I don't know how everybody feels about flipping their eggs with a pan, like just with their wrist, but that's how I like to do it, so we will see how that goes. If there are any other breakfast keto meals that you miss that you would like to try, leave me a comment, let me know, or even in lunches, dinners, like honestly anything that you guys can think of. Let me know. I've tried a lot of different recipes trying to keto-fy things, but if there's something that you want to see live in action, you let me know. Also, if you head over to my Instagram, Keto.Shelby, that's SHELBIE, you will see like a whole list of pictures that I post of my meals and things like that. If there's something that you see in my list of photos that you want to see cooked live, leave me a comment and let me know, and I will definitely incorporate that into my list of meals. Alright, so as you can tell, I'm putting my spatula underneath the edge of the eggs here to see, you know, if it breaks or anything, and it's pretty solid. So now what I'm going to do, I have not done this with a 3-egg omelet in so long. I'm gonna attempt flipping this on camera. I usually do it over the sink, so I'm kind of nervous. Okay, ready? Let's see. Ah. Okay, I also like to swish around and make sure that it's not stuck anywhere because that could get messy real quick. Okay, so that didn't work out so well. I was kind of nervous. So that's when I just pick up and flop like that. Okay, so now that it's cooking that side here, that was so embarrassing. Okay, here's where I'm going to put my cheese in. And like you just saw, this is like one of my weird hacks that I have. I like to fold my cheese into a triangle so that I have a flat edge, and then I'll take the other triangle, flip it into smaller triangles, and then fill the edges so that I have a nice long rectangular shape of cheese. And then I'm going to take all of this. Oh my goodness, this is a pathetic excuse of an omelet. My goodness. This usually does not happen to me, guys. I'm so sorry. I do usually cook in a smaller pan, so maybe that's why it didn't work out. Oh boy. Okay. It's fine. It's still gonna taste really good because it's hard to mess up eggs. It really is hard to mess up eggs. So we're gonna let that cook for a little bit. Oh my. This is kind of funny actually, I'm not gonna lie. It kind of looks like an omelet. Okay, so now we're bubbling up on the bottom. We're not quite browned up underneath yet. Love that coffee. Okay, so here is where I would flip again with my wrist, but since it didn't go so well the first time, I'm just going to use a spatula this time. I do usually cook 2 egg omelets, so that could be why, and I cook in a smaller pan, so I'm also just making excuses for myself. So, alright, so I have that. Oh my goodness, I can't even do it with a spatula. Oh my god. Okay. So this side looks pretty good. Oh boy. We're just gonna let that cook together. I told you guys before, I'm a messy stirrer, and apparently I'm also a messy flipper. So that's exciting. I really like how these peppers and onions cooked into the eggs. That is just the way I like it on this side. Who knows what the other side looks like now. Probably not awesome, but that's okay. Can't be awesome all the time. Getting a plate to transfer to when I'm done. Alright. Okay, so now I believe we're almost done. I'm just gonna flip her one more time. Yes, nice and golden brown. I love it. I like a little crisp to my eggs. That is just my opinion. To each his own with that, but I like it because if I'm having scrambled eggs, I don't like them to be runny. And if I'm having over medium eggs, I don't like them to be crunchy. I don't know, it's just a weird thing that I have. So now that I warmed up the other side super quick, that's why I do a second flip. I'm gonna flip back, yes. Got a little bit of a golden brown. I'm gonna turn my stove off. And that is it. I'm sorry that my flipping skills are not what they used to be because I was ready to show you guys how good I was at that. But anyway, thank you for watching this video. I really hope that you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next week. Have a good day.